Hello, it's Rich from GAAP Bookkeeping and Accounting Services, and today in screencast number 2 I'd like to discuss the taxation of sub-S or limited liability corporations. Sometimes this can be confusing, so let me do this very quickly for you. Here, let's assume this is your first year in business. You've earned a revenue of $1 million. You've had a total of $862,000 in expenses, which gave you a net taxable profit of $138,000. Well, what that does in a sub-S or a limited liability corporation is that distributes taxable income to each of the partners or each of the owners. In this case, Peter, Ricardo, Mohammed, and Andrea each had 25%, and each had to pay personal 1040 in the U.S. taxes on $34,500, and that would be ordinary income. They're all participants in this business. Okay. And so that is the taxable. So they are paying personal taxes on the earnings of this entity. Now, you can see up here we showed $100,000 in W-2 wages were paid before we arrived at the $138,000. In this simple form, in this simple first year corporation, let's just assume that the only people working and getting paid were Peter, Ricardo, Mohammed, and Andrea, each making $25,000 in W-2 wages. So, in addition to the $34,500, they also are paying taxes on W-2 wages, each for $25,000, totaling $100,000. And finally, what some people don't quite understand, but this is how it works, they can also take, it doesn't have to be $10,000, it could be almost anything, but they can take additional funds out of the company that would be called non-taxable or be called distributions. In this case, I just said $10,000. If cash allows, the owners can make a decision to draw upon or draw down upon cash that might be excess cash. So that's what they've done in this case. What is very, very important that people sometimes don't realize, that the wages that are taken by the owners should be reasonable. They should not be, if the company's making $10 million and you reported W-2 wages to owners of $25,000, this would raise a red flag. And in that case, you might declare $100,000 for each of them, or $80,000 for each of them. And then your distribution could be anything from 0 to $40,000 to 0 to $30,000. But you have to just be careful not to set off red flags. So this is the way taxation works in a sub-S or limited liability corporation. Thanks.